Hi, nice to see you all. Today I will be discussing mixed proportioning for a concrete with admixtures. In the previous module, I have discussed the mixed proportioning for a concrete without admixture. So right now I will be discussing how we should proportion a concrete as per IS 10262 with latest edition, and how to add the admixtures along with this guideline. Majorly all the projects which civil engineering students will be doing under their engineering curriculum, many students are interested in taking the concrete oriented topic, and there are many number of admixture which are available as a waste product, and the students will be making their project work with the admixtures which is available in a mineral form, and they will be proceeding with their projects. So here we will discuss the steps and the guidelines which is followed in order to mix the M40 grade of a concrete. So right now, before going into the topic, let me highlight certain things which should be known regarding the mix design. Here, whenever we are designing a mix, right now we are going to design a M40 grade concrete. So if we are designing a mix, there are different variables in order to consider before the mix design. Since their ingredients and their properties having a variety of physical and chemical character, that is why it is needed for a trial mix after the mix design for 2 or 4 times, and to apt a particular project. So regarding that, I will be discussing the things which decides the compressive strength. So while designing, we are taking number of factors into consideration, but also you should note that the compressive strength for the same water cement ratio, we are following a graph here. In that graph, we are having values for water cement ratio versus the compressive strength. So if we are taking a particular water cement ratio, and there are 3 grade of curve, and in that curve we are fixing and identifying the water cement ratio for the targeted compressive strength. You also should note that why we are going for a trial mix is, there are in certain cases the supplementary cementitious materials and aggregates of different maximum sizes. So we have to take a note of this, and grading surface texture of the concrete mix varies. Also the shape of the aggregate and other characteristics also impact the strength of a concrete. That is why we need a trial mix. Also, if we are taking certain water content, there are many factors which includes the water content. They are the aggregate, size, shape and texture. For these 3 types, the code is suggesting a certain guideline to add or to reduce the water according to the size, shape and texture, and also workability, water cement ratio and other supplementary cementitious material type and content. So these are the things which influence a water content. Also the chemical admixture which you are using, and environmental conditions. The environmental conditions also imparts the water content which is added in a concrete. The environment may be mild, moderate, severe, extreme and very severe. So according to this, we have to match the water content. An increase in size of aggregate and a reduction in water cement ratio and slump. Also, the rounded aggregate and water reducing admixture will reduce the water demand. So these are the factors which is taken into account while deciding the water content. Also, the increased temperature, cement content, slump, water cement ratio, aggregate angularity and decrease in proportion of coarse aggregate to the fine aggregate will increase the water demand. So this point we will consider in mixed proportioning a coarse aggregate to fine aggregate value. If we are reducing the water content, we have to increase the coarse aggregate. This is a factor which is being considered while mixed design. So this is a factor which increases the water demand. If you increase more water and if you decrease the water content, the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate ratio does change and it also has the impact. So these are the things which you should take into account while proceeding a mixed design. Now today we will be discussing a M40 grade concrete which will give a better comparative mixed proportioning. If you refer the previous module in the description box here, you can check the mixed proportioning for M40 grade concrete without an admixture. So right now with the admixture, that is a mineral admixture which is going to be added in the today's lecture, that is fly ash. So the mineral admixture which is used here is fly ash and this will be conforming to IS 3812. Regarding fly ash, there are 4 different classes of fly ash. You have to class the fly ash in order to get a proper cement content and cementitious material for the mixed proportioning. Also, we are going for 43 grade ordinary Portland cement and the maximum nominal size of aggregate is 20 mm and the environmental condition which is considered as severe. And also it is noted here that for reinforced concrete. So the code gives the severity as well as the concrete type. Either it is plain cement concrete or reinforced concrete. So that is why here it is indicated as a reinforced cement concrete. And the workability required here is 120 mm. In the previous lecture I have discussed a slump value of 75, but here we need a 120 mm slump and the method of placing concrete is pumping. So why it is indicated here as pumping is pumping requires lesser amount of coarse aggregate. So during a proportioning we need less number of coarse aggregate in order to pump the concrete to get the fluidity. That is why this factor is much important, and degree of supervision is good, and the type of aggregate is crushed angular aggregate. So according to the type of aggregate, the increase in decrease of water content is being indicated in the code. Here we are using crushed angular aggregate and maximum cement content, that is OPC. Here you have to note that they are not indicating maximum cementitious content. Here the indication is maximum cement content, that is OPC. You can use OPC as per the direction of IS 456, that is maximum will be 450 kg per meter cube. So if you want to go beyond 450, you can increase the cementitious content by using the other admixture. And the chemical admixture, here it is used as super plasticizer and which is normal. There are different types of plasticizer. Here it is indicated as a normal super plasticizer. And after getting this data, the materials specification is given. So cement is conforming to OPC 43 grade and its specific gravity. Here the specific gravity of all the ingredient is important. and fly ash has a specific gravity of 2.2, you can note that the fly ash specific gravity generally will be lesser than the cement, and the specific gravity of coarse aggregate, that is at SSD condition. Here it is specifically mentioned and it is 2.74, and fine aggregate at SSD condition is 2.65, and the chemical admixture which is having a specific gravity of 1.145. Also the water absorption for coarse and fine aggregate is 0.5 and 1%. The aggregate does have some amount of water in it, so that amount of water is being mentioned here. The fine and coarse aggregate are wetted, that is why the total moisture content is 2 and 5% for coarse and fine aggregate. Therefore, you have to find the free moisture of the coarse and fine aggregate. How to find that? The free moisture is total moisture minus water absorption. The fine and coarse aggregate is being wetted, and the two components you have to split it. What are they? The thing is free moisture and water absorption. Already the water absorption for coarse aggregate is given as 0.5, and the free moisture, you can find the difference, is 1.5. And also fine aggregate, you are having a total moisture content of 5% and 1% of water absorption, hence the free surface moisture is 4%. This we will be using at the last of mix proportioning in order to fine tune the amount of water. And sieve analysis, you have to conduct a sieve analysis test for coarse and fine aggregate, and it should conform to the table 7 of IS 383. And here you should note that nearly 70% of the material which is falls down in the range of 10 to 20 mm of the size of coarse aggregate, and the remaining 25% of the coarse aggregate falls in the 4.75 to 10 mm. Also the fine aggregate is conforming to zone 2. Now let us start the mix design here. So if we need a M40 grade concrete, we should have a target strength. A target strength is whenever we are making a concrete, there will be certain deviations in the compressive strength. Why? Because due to the variables which is there in a concrete, such as aggregate size, shape, surface texture, environment condition, and the amount of admixture we are using. So these are the several variable factors we discussed earlier. Regarding that, the compressive strength of the concrete may vary. So in no case it should not have a range of less than M40 grade. That is why we are making a targeted strength. For that we are having two formula and two tables here. So the first formula is FCK plus 1.65S and FCK plus X. So you have to assume the deviations according to the grade of the concrete. Here for M40 grade concrete, you have to assume 5 Newton per mm square as the standard deviations. This deviation is being arrived by Indian Standard Code, and we will take into that. If you want your own standard deviation, then you have to make a minimum number of 30 samples, and you have to check the strength of the samples according to your mix in order to go for your own standard deviation according to the quality control of your project work. So code also suggests a scope for this. And also if you are using X as the deviation, you can take for M40 grade concrete is 6.5, and while substituting these two values, we will be getting 48.25 Newton per mm square and 46.5 Newton per mm square. So we will take the higher deviated value, that is 48.25 Newton per mm square as the targeted strength. So if you are targeting the higher, we will not have the probability of failure of concrete, which gives the lesser strength as required. So now the next step is identifying the air content, which is the least of the ingredient. The table 3 of IS 10262 gives the guideline. If we are using maximum size of aggregate as 20 mm, right now we are using 20 mm as maximum size, hence we can assume 1% of entrapped air. Next thing is a water cement ratio. Here we will be using the figure 1 of IS 10262. Our targeted strength is 48.25. There are 3 curves here. The curve 1 is for OPC 33 grade, and curve 2 is for OPC 43 grade, and curve 3 is for OPC 53 grade. So right now we are having OPC 43 grade, that is why we will be using the second curve to identify the free water cement ratio. So if we draw a straight line along with the graph, we will be getting nearly 0.36. If we draw a perpendicular line, we will be getting exactly 0.36 of water cement ratio. So we can take this, and also we have to check with the IS 456 of table 5. So we are using a reinforced concrete, so our environment condition is severe, so the maximum water cement ratio should be 0.45. The water cement ratio which we disclosed here is 0.36, so that is why, so hence it is safe according to the durability aspect. So the maximum content is 0.45, and we have assumed lesser than 0.45, that is 0.36, hence it is okay. We can proceed with this water cement ratio. Next, we shall identify the exact water content. So we are knowing the water cement ratio. By this ratio, in IS 10262 table 4 indicates the water content according to the maximum size of aggregate. So you can see here that if lesser the size of aggregate, the water will be more. For 10 mm you are having 208, for 20 mm aggregate you are having 186, and if you are using 40 mm aggregate you are having 165 kg of water. So right now in our project or in our problem, we are having 20 mm aggregate of maximum, we have to assume 186 kg of water per meter cube. So according to this, we have assumed 186 kg of water content. Also, this is for a slump of 50 mm. This tabular column you can use exactly 186 kg if you are going for 50 mm slump. If you are increasing the slump, right now our intention is to get a slump of 120 mm. So the code also gives a proportioning for that. You have to increase 3% of water if you increase 25 mm slump from 50 mm. So from the 50 mm you have to increase 70 mm of slump. So for increasing that, for each and every 25 mm slump you need 3% of water. So if you interpret this, you will be getting 8.4 is the percentage of water which is required. So if we divide 8.4% into a kilogram, so we will be getting 201.62 kg as the net water content required to achieve more slump. So if you need more slump, higher the slump, the water content shall be increased. Also you have to note that if we increase more water content than the guideline, it will spoil the concrete and the durability will be reduced, as well as the strength also gets reduced. So we can increase up to certain level, and after that we can use plasticizers in order to get the fluidity and workability. And also here we are using super plasticizers. So that is why we can assume a 23% of reduction of water when we are using super plasticizers. Up to 30% we can assume. So right now for trial purpose we are assuming 23% of reduction of this water content. So when we introduce 1% of plasticizers by the weight of cement, you can reduce 23% of water content in the concrete. Hence, if we identify the net water content, so 100 minus 23 we will be getting 77, and for 77 if we are arriving into a unit quantity, we will be getting 77 by 100, that is 0.77. So if we multiply 0.77 into 201.62, that is the required water content. Hence we will be getting 155.25. we can approximately take it as 155 kg. Note that 201 kg of water is required here, but due to the introduction of super plasticizers, now we conclude that 155 kg of water is enough, and we will be using 1% of super plasticizer. Next step is calculation of cement content. Here we already have arrived that a 0.36 is the water cement ratio, and also the water content we arrived is 155. If we divide the water cement ratio, then we will be getting the cement content. So if we divide both the component, we will be getting a cement content approximately of 431 kg per meter cube of cement is required for achieving the M40 grade. Here you should note that you are introducing a fly ash. So fly ash does have calcium and cementitious property inside the mineral. So that is why we have to add 10% of cementitious material content if you are introducing a mineral admixture. So according to the type of mineral admixture which you are using, if you are using a fly ash, you can assume a 10%, and if you are using a silica fume, and if you are using GGBS or metakaolin, like that there are mineral admixtures are available. So you can, those mineral admixture have inbuilt cementitious property. So if we are introducing this material, it adds more cement to the OPC that we are using. So generally 431 kg of OPC is required, that we have arrived. So we are adding a fly ash into it, so that is why we have to increase additional 10% of cementitious material. So finally if we add 10% of 431, we will be getting 474.1. this is the cementitious content which is available in the mix. So according to this cement content, if we are fine tuning with the water is 155, and the cementitious material we are using is 474 kg. If we divide this, we will be getting a water cement ratio of 0.327. So 0.36 water cement ratio is being reduced as 0.327 due to the introduction of mineral admixture. So that is why this is the different types of proportioning when comparing the mixed proportioning without admixture and with admixture. So this addition you have to do when you are conducting a mixed proportion. We can assume that a 30% of fly ash is being used. If we multiply with the cementitious content, that is 474 into 30%. finally we are getting 142 kg per meter cube of fly ash can be used. So if we reduce the fly ash content with the cement, so 474 is the value which is there as a cementitious content, and we can reduce the OPC value by adding the fly ash. So 142 is the fly ash amount which we are going to use in the concrete. So if we reduce this value, we will be getting 332 kg per meter cube. So this is the exact value of ordinary Portland cement we are going to use, and 142 kg of fly ash which will be added. So these two ingredients will be mixed as a cement oriented component in the concrete. So finally, if we get 332 as the OPC range, we have to check with the table 5. So for severe condition, for reinforced concrete, a minimum OPC of 320 or minimum cement content required is 320 kg per meter cube. Right now we are having 332, which is greater than that, and if you compare with the cement content, we are having 474 kg per meter cube of cement content is available. So the minimum value is 320, hence it is okay. Next we shall move into the last two ingredients, which are fine and coarse aggregate. So right now, for identifying that, let us refer this table 5 of IS 10262. If we are using 20 mm maximum size of aggregate under the zone 2 of fine aggregate, we shall use 0.62 of the volume of total fine and coarse aggregate. So the volume of total coarse aggregate shall be 0.62. Next, if we are assuming 0.62, this value exactly fit for 0.5 of water cement ratio. Right now we are having a 0.327 of water cement ratio. The difference here is 0.5 minus 0.372 is 0.173. This is the difference of the value. So if you decrease the water cement ratio, you have to increase the coarse aggregate. So there is a proportion for that. What is the proportion is 0.01 proportion for each and every 0.05 change of water. So if you interpolate 0.173 by 0.05 into 0.01, you will be getting 0.0346, which is the exact amount of coarse aggregate should be increased along with the guided value. So the guided value is 0.62. So 0.62 plus 0.0346. So finally the coarse aggregate range should be 0.6546. And also there is a condition here. The concrete is being pumped, so that is why you need additional amount of fine aggregate, so that you can reduce coarse aggregate up to 10%. And we are reducing the 10% value of 0.6546. If you multiply 0.6546 into 0.9, you will be getting exactly 0.59 as the coarse aggregate value. And if you need fine aggregate, if you find the difference between a unit value, you can find the value of 0.41 as the fine aggregate per meter cube. The mix calculations are, we are arriving for a 1 meter cube of a concrete. So that is why total 1 meter cube of volume. The first ingredient is air. 1% of air is assumed, hence 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. And next one is volume of cement. So total mass which we arrived as OPC. Here the volume of cement indicates ordinary Portland cement. So the OPC what we are using is 332. Their specific gravity is 3.15. If you divide that and multiply by 1 by 1000, you will be getting 0.105 meter cube. And the next ingredient is fly ash. We are adding 142 kg of fly ash and the specific gravity is 2.2. If you multiply by 1 by 1000, you will be getting the value. And for water, 155 kg of water we are using here. So the unit specific gravity of water is 1, hence you will be getting 0.155 meter cube. The plasticizer value which we are using here is 1%. So for 1% is here we are using total cementitious material as 474 kg. So the 1% of 474 is 4.74. So that divided by the specific gravity is, you will be getting 0.004 meter cube. The remaining part is aggregate, including fine and coarse aggregate. So the calculation will go like this, that is A minus B, that is total volume minus air. So you will be having the total ingredient component. If we are reducing all the remaining components, we will be getting the aggregate volume. So these are the ingredients which is apart from the aggregate. So the remaining ingredient is 0.6615 meter cube. So this value should be splitted according to the ratio of fine and coarse aggregate. So the value 0.6615 is the total. You need 0.59 of coarse aggregate. That is why you are multiplying 0.59, which we have discussed in previous slide, into 2.74 is the specific gravity into 1000. So you will be getting 1069 kg of coarse aggregate, and in the total volume of aggregate 0.6615 which is mentioned here, you have to multiply with the 0.41 which we have identified in the last slide, that is 0.41 into the specific gravity is 2.65 into 1000. If you multiply that, you will be getting 719 kg. So these are the mixed proportion which you have arrived. This is the adjustment. So what you have to do, the fine aggregate is under a wet condition. So you can use this formula in order to identify the SSD fine aggregate. So how to find the mass of SSD fine aggregate? 1 plus free moisture divided by 100. The free moisture is 4%. So that is why you are using 4. You can refer the given data, and we are getting 748 kg per meter cube of SSD fine aggregate, and the coarse aggregate has 1.5% of free moisture. If you are multiplying with this value, you will be getting 1085 kg per meter cube. So the difference here is, coarse aggregate is wet, you are having 1085 kg per meter cube, and the SSD condition here is 1069. So the difference is 16 kg. Also, the water content contributed by the wet fine aggregate is, you got the value of 748, and the SSD condition here is 719. If you find the difference, you are getting 29. So 16 plus 29 is the water has to be reduced from the total water content. So that is 155 minus 16 minus 29. So this will be the amount of water which is required to hydrate the cement content. So why you need water? Water is required to hydrate. So right now here we have theoretically found that 1110 kg of meter cube, which is enough for getting the M40 grade concrete. So finally, after the adjustment, you are having the mixed proportion value. So if you need in terms of ratios, the ratio here which is required for M40 grade is 1:1 is cement content. We are arriving all the ratios in terms of cement content, that is 1:0.428 is the fly ash, is to 2.25 is the fine aggregate, and 3.27 is coarse aggregate. So the mix ratio is 1:2.25 is to 3.27, and the admixture has a range of 0.4 to 8, and the remaining things are the water cement ratio, the water content per unit weight of cement, and the last one is the chemical admixture which is being used. So these are the ranges which is in ratio in order to get the M40 grade compound. I hope you enjoyed this session. See you again. Happy learning. Thank you.